Hello everyone, this is Crusade and welcome back to another episode of GregTech New Horizons. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. I know I talked about logistics pipes in last episode. Logistic pipes are great and all, but they require one thing, and that is power. And right now, our power setup, it's not the greatest. Whoops, I'm getting stuck there. Oops, forgot to turn that off. It is just currently two advanced solar boilers, and sure, can really do a good amount of steam for us, but it's not enough. And we have a lot of water tanks, and yeah, I think it's time to upgrade. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go down the route of wood. I didn't want to show that just yet, but here it is. So we're going to make a tree farm over here. Oops, I need to get rid of that before this starts to spread. And same with this one. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to make an oak bonsai tree farm. And it's going to sit over here. And what we'll do is we're going to have it's basically two layers. I forgot the video where I got this from. This is from Egg's video. This is if you want to watch the video, it's GregTech New Horizons LV Steam Generation with Crop Manager Tree Farm Showcase. That is the full title of the video. So I am going to semi-reference that build in order to kind of have a good basis to go off of. And the plan is to see how much we can scale that power up and how much steam we can get. I'm pretty sure that we will be able to fully power all the creosote or get all the creosote we want to then burn in sub-steam boilers. So it is quite the sizable upgrade, and the nice thing is that since we would have wood, I'm pretty sure we can transition to benzene with this setup if we really wanted to. I don't think we would place it over here. I think we could just go down that way a little bit more. I want to try to keep this area, these pods here, more of the power gen pods, if that makes sense, just to keep it close to the entrance, so that way things are kind of just deep in there, and we can pay attention to it over time and just have a larger space. Speaking of which, I do like this layout right now, and I think we are going to continue out further. It's pretty easy. It's just pretty much mining all of that out and then replacing the ceiling with light blocks, and light blocks down here makes it pretty bright. Once this ceiling gets completely built out, it will look really, really good. So I am working on smelting up some stone for that right now. We have a bunch of gold nuggets. But so let's talk about the choices here. So we're using garden soil in order to have the farm go here. And the reason is because it doesn't require to have water for the farm. If you watch Egg's video, he kind of goes into in depth why he uses it. So I'm pretty much going to go really close to his farm model, if not almost the same. So if you're more interested in a shorter video on how to do it, go ahead and watch his video. He explains the setup pretty damn well. And shout out to Egg for that. I am going to partially, if not completely, plagiarize it. I'm just kidding. I'm giving him credit. So I am going to collect more resources, because the first thing that we're going to need is an IC2 crop manager, an LV one. This one can do an 11 by 11 by 5, which is what we already built the farm out to be. This is an LV machine, so we're going to need a steam turbine for it. So we'll need that. And one of the items is a sensor LV sensor, and then an LV robot arm. So the reason why I want to point that out is because, we had a quest in Steam tier. Nice. An LV tier, if we go in here, there is a item here for that, and we need to get some Certus quartz. So we do have some work to do, and robot arms also do have a quest here. So I am going to have to individually craft these out only because of the bug that's currently ongoing. I did submit a ticket to the GitHub for that bug where if you autocraft, it doesn't include the recipes. So apparently it looks to be a planned fix, which I'm hoping it does, because it's super nice to not have to break down the recipes even further. But other than that, huge shout out to the GregTech New Horizon devs. They've been absolutely fantastic at answering questions and any bugs that come up or suggestions and stuff. They are a very, very, very involved team, and very, very cool. So yeah, so let me grab some resources and I'll be back once we're ready to play some things down. I don't know if I'm going to do all the crafting on camera. I think it's a bit boring. Last episode was just a bunch of crafting, getting all that up and running. But let's get some resources for real this time, right? 3, 2, 1, bang! Well, that teleport worked. Just kidding. I just cut it. No, you guys probably already knew that. That was edited. Alrighty, so we have a basic setup here to get the crop manager up and running. I did need to, or we are going to need to move this pipe over by 1, but that's fine because it actually is going to help us out a little bit here. So we need to put a cable going into you. And then you're going to have a steam turbine, and you're going to output down, and then you're going to connect. Oh, I need wire cutters. Oh, should have teleported back. Okay, so we got a wire cutter, and we're still going to need to feed a few things over here. So that is connected, which means that we can pull you over, and then provide this with power. All right, so you should have power now. Cool. So now we need to feed this with water and also have an output pipe on this. So I am going to probably run a water pipe. I'll probably run it just straight across from our existing water supply, because we do have a good amount of water, so I'm not too concerned about this being all used up. Worst comes to worst, we just add more water to it. So I am going to run that over there, and then we need to find a spot where we can output all of those logs. So I'll be back once I have some more stuff to build. Alrighty, so I am now a little bit further with this built out, and actually you can see I've already got it online. I didn't mean to record it, but I just ended up not doing it. I still need to make some more garden soil. I am out of it right now, but this is plenty for basically filling this up. This is not really ran for more than like maybe an hour, and this is already full. It's got a lot of wood going through it, so yeah, so that is basically the big thing that's going on here, is that it's working pretty well. Now, right now the conveyor module that's on here is a bit slow for what this is. I think we'll have to end up taking a look at like just how fast it's emptying everything out in here, because it's going to get stuck on this sapling stack. And it'll only transfer these 4 items, and then it'll look at here, and it keeps going and going and going until basically there's enough. So yeah, I do want to keep going with that. I think it's fine. I just think we're going to run into issues at some point, so we may need to upgrade those, what do you call it? the pipes on here, or add a second one coming off the side of it and then have it feed back into it, which probably wouldn't be a bad thing, to have it extract more. But I think this should be hopefully enough for now. Well, given the fact that it filled this up, I don't really have much concern. So now the next part that we need to do is build out all the coke ovens, and I am currently working on the bio for the Masses quest. So I need to get 494. We'll probably get a little bit more. And my plan is to build 3x3 grids of coke ovens on these pads. I think I might do this one too, or just build another one out that way, because we got to push this wall back anyways. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing it like that, or combining these two grids together, because that's kind of the purpose of them, is that it allows you to basically be like, all right, we're going to place 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. But this is across a chunk, so it might run into issues. That's kind of where I'm like just being very cautious about it, at least sitting across multiple chunks. So I think we're going to follow the grid still. I think that's still the best way to go about it. I mean, we could also push it back by 2 blocks, so go to right here. But then we would have to worry about the lining up later. So I think this is fine. I think that looks still semi-normal. It's a lot of OCD. It's just like, all right, how do I want to place this? How do we want it to look? I even looked at stacking them on top of each other. So when these get placed, they're gonna sit up 1 block, and the reason being is that we need a block underneath it to pull out the what do you call it? The charcoal and also the fluid from it. So it makes routing it a lot easier. I could theoretically do it underneath the floor here, to make it a bit more clean. Which I'm actually kind of thinking about now. Now that I said that. I am planning on mining out some of this underneath here, just so we have a bit more space and cables are accessible. So like there's a steam pipe that's underneath this ground going to this corner here, and having access to that would be pretty nice. So I guess that's going to be a project that I'm going to work on in a little bit here. But yeah, so we're finishing up waiting for the coke oven bricks, and then once we have those, we can place them all down and then start worrying about the next phase, which is all the piping and then getting the boilers online, because that's going to be the next big, massive step beyond what we have now. Oh, and this thing's full. All I've been doing is just breaking this. I don't care about the creosote that's in this just yet, because we're about to have a ton of it anyways. I probably should have been collecting it for Steam, but it doesn't matter. We've got plenty. I think that there is no steel in this. Whoops. Oh, there is enough. I've been really just working on making sure that there's always some iron processing in there, and I've been honestly a little bit bad about it for the last couple hours I've been playing. Oh, here's some coal coke. Here, go crazy. But yeah, so I'm going to grab some more coke oven bricks, and then I'm probably going to start working again on all the piping ready for it. And then we'll go from there and see what happens. Alrighty, so it looks like we have just gotten all the bricks. Let's see. Yes, we did. So we're going to get a ton of loot here. So the next step is going to 2 big ovens. So with 19 coke ovens automated, you can sustain 2 big boilers endlessly. The boilers you want to build for this are specifically the low pressure railcraft boilers made with iron, each one as big as they can be, a 3x4x3 of the boiler tanks. These multi-blocks are expensive, but you will have plenty of power and consume the creosote, all the creosote from your coke ovens to keep them running permanently. These boilers have a high pressure variant. For more information, look at these multi-block tabs. This setup is not enough to sustain the high pressure boiler but if you can add a few more cook ovens to sustain it if you want. Okay. The same goes for the large bronze boiler. GregTech's own way of improving your tiny boilers, but problems. You can't produce charcoal fast enough for it, and it has terrible efficiency for your creosote, which means most of its power will be wasted. However, surprised, GregTech ++ semi-fluid generators work, and they are very efficient with creosote. But you will still run into the issue of not producing charcoal fast enough unless you do something about it. You can choose this as an option and complete this quest, but it's a more experimental alternative that is further into LV, although more powerful. Okay. So we're going to do the low pressure boiler tank. So we need 72 of those, which is iron casings. Since we have the assembler, we can just do it in there. Alrighty, well, yeah, we're going to just probably use the hammer against all of them. I think that'll just be the easiest way. So I'm going to start working on this now. It's going to take me quite a while to get this up and running. So once I have this, I'll come back and we'll take a look. Okay, so I just wanted to show off some progress that I've made. I'm still working on getting all the the little item transport things, the item pipes. So what I did was I put them basically up on like little stilts. This is going to be another full pad of 9, so we'll have 27 cook ovens rather than in just 19. The reason why I want to do that is just so we have a little bit of extra capacity. And if we want to try to go for bronze instead of the iron boiler or the low pressure boiler, like we can try doing that. I don't think we'll have any issues. It's this bronze boiler that we would be looking at. Yeah, so we'll have to take a look, because if we go down this route, then the creosote can be made in this be used in the semi-fluid generator, which is a bit more efficient. But yeah, we're gonna have to take a look. I think we'll just go for straight up steam for now, because you could just transport it everywhere, and we don't have to worry about like losing efficiency off of that. Theoretically, could transport creosote oil everywhere and make that like where the thing that goes everywhere. I really wish there's a way to like plug this. Just OCD. Yeah, I don't like the look of that. But as you can see, they are pretty much all piping into this conduit right now. And this goes under, back over here. And then we are going to have a path that goes over here and over here. And all the hoppers should be placed, so once I hook this up, like all of them should be connected. And actually, plates should be ready for that. Let's see. This here. We'll just grab all 7. Screw it. So this is going to be connected. Whoops, we need one more. Alrighty. Close. And I'm just going to let this keep going, because we are going to need more at some point anyways. Okay, so let's do this. Last one. And then this one. All right, so that's connected. Alrighty, so that looks all good. So the next thing that I need to work on is getting the piping of creosote out of these. So the biggest thing that I did was make sure that all these flat, like the tops are flat. So there's no piping that's really up there. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because, say if I need to go in and just check on what's going on with any of these, I don't want to have piping in my face where I can't go around these. And mobs can't spawn on anything inside of there, so I think it looks pretty good. I mean, there's lighting everywhere. It's just a little bit more visually pleasing. And then we'll replicate that over here, and it should be pretty much an easy thing to connect right back up to it. This pipe would just come underneath, and then we would have this one go over to the top. But yeah, so I'm going to use some pumps across all the tops of these. I know it is expensive to do that, but it's just a better look overall, in my opinion, and I think it will just work. So I'm going to work on getting all those pumps up. I think I actually have 16 of them, so pretty much almost there. And yeah. Okay, so we have a little bit more done. I am waiting on some more copper so I can smelt it into some more brass because we do need quite a bit more. Oh yeah, that's right, I threw it in here. We have so much at this point, we need barrels for them, so it's never a bad sign. Honestly, that's quite a good one in my opinion. But we do need a lot more bronze, so just waiting for quite literally all of it. So what I did was I started adding the piping up here, and I am using the LV pumps that I got from a quest to pump it out. And I actually think they're going to be more than sufficient once this farm is up and running. And I actually kind of like the look of it. It looks kind of cool. It's very flat, and it's kind of an organized chaos. I thought about redoing these pipes a little bit, but honestly, I think I'll just leave it. It does what it needs to, and it's very easy to replicate. And they'll all be exactly the same once they're done. I still do need to build out this pad and all the decoration around it, and then bring that wall all the way around. So got quite a bit to do, but I've been mostly waiting for these plates to finish up because we need a ton and a ton and a ton of those this large bronze pipes. Oh great, my wrench broke. I'm pretty sure we have another wrench somewhere. I could have sworn. Oh, there's one in my inventory. What am I talking about? Oh, classic. Yeah. Yeah, so this farm has been super easy to just get up and running. I mean, it's really just a bunch of pipes and unfortunately a lot of bronze. But it's okay. I'm fine with that. And the reason why I am doing these big pipes is because of the capacity of them, not because of how fast they can transfer. I want there to be a very big log of just oil. Well, not, yeah. I'm just going to say oil. It's creosote oil. You'll know what I'm talking about. I want to make sure that there's enough oil to make it to the boilers and to sustain it should something happen. But I don't think I'm going to really need to worry about that. I think it's more of a prepare for the absolute worst type deal. This is the one tedious part, is getting all these to route properly. This is supposed to help prevent something called sloshing, which basically means that oil, rather than going into one direction, it goes into many and it keeps trying to flow backwards when you don't want it to. This one's up and running, right? I got this one? Yeah. So I'll just show you guys how this works real quick. So you'll take a motor. It's going to come around, whoops, here. Oh, actually, we could do all three of these because these need to be done. So you're going to shift right click that, and then with an empty hand, you're going to set to export. But you see how it's not going yet? You got to make sure you see that little X there, and then it starts going. Makes it a lot easier. So you can do it beforehand too. Yep. And this last one. Whoops. Oh, dang it. And then when this happens, you right click over a crowbar, and then you get your little pump back. Oops. That's why. You got to remember, make sure that little X is there, else it won't do anything. So yeah, I do need to make a few more of these pumps. So I've been, I think they take a bit of steel, so I've been making sure steel production's been going. Oops. But yeah, once we get all that steel going, I think we'll be in a pretty good spot. But I'll be back once we get the rest of this all built out. Alrighty, so I am making more progress. I placed down some more pipes. I got the rest of the pumps going over there, so everything should theoretically be connected at this point. We still need to build one more block of 9 coke ovens, which I am going to do probably off camera, mainly because I just want to get a little bit of steam going through here. I'd rather have fuel issues than water issues. So for that, we need to upgrade this pipe here. I do want to go a bit overkill. I do want to bring in potent pipes, and for that, we're going to need to make or get some lead. And lead is only found in the Twilight Forest. So we're going to have to go to the Twilight Forest. And to do that, we had to make ourselves a quick and dirty portal generator, which is a diamond and 4 circuits. So I should get an achievement for this, if I'm not mistaken. I did not. Okay. Well, that's fine. Okay. And now if we do it. There we go. Okay. I don't know what's gonna happen when we go in. So okay, J, let me create a waypoint. New portal. Save. Close. Okay. It is currently nighttime here. Interesting. Cool. Let's take a Silky Jewel, because that's going to give us Silk Touch. Let's just take that for now. That's fine. Nothing really useful. So, now to find some lead. Alrighty, so I have done a lot off camera. So these are up and running, and I kind of just want to show what I've done and what I am working on. So I am working on the completion of this quest. You do need to get 128 blocks of charcoal, so once we get that, we get an LV tier bag, which is going to be pretty nice. So I did end up going down the route of the 2 normal boilers. I'm not going to go for the high pressure ones just yet. I think what we'll end up doing is building another one of these farms, placing that there, building this out, probably like 2 or 3 more, and then try getting the high pressure. But it's more than sufficient for us for now. I am working on getting more potent plates up, so we can get some large potent pipes. I believe those are a little bit better than the steel ones, if I'm not mistaken. So here's steel, which is 9,600, and then potent is 1,200. So, yeah, way better. So we'll go for the large one. I did look at the huge potent pipe. Where are you? Huge. And it requires double pipes, and you get 2,400. I think this would be good to go from boilers directly to the steam, the tank itself. So that way the bottleneck isn't here, it's at the tank itself, which I think would be probably fine. But you can see we're filling this up really quickly. I did start mining out some of the base underneath because I do want to have some access to these if I need to. So this is a little bit of a mess, but not too bad. I upgraded the water line to a potent pipe as well, and then it's only upgraded on the pipes that are necessary. These two should stop running at some point. I'm probably gonna remove them. But yeah, so I've been letting it run for a little bit now. It's probably been about like 20 or 30 minutes that these have been up, and it's definitely sustaining pretty well. Currently, we only have about 2, maybe 3 furnaces that are online. Yeah, so right now we only have 2. These have both drained out, which is good. We're probably going to see a little bit of the creosote empty out first, and then we'll see the rest of it, the charcoal start to empty out, and that's when the furnaces will turn on. So I'm not really too concerned about a backup just yet. In fact, we're going to have overcapacity for these. So you would need 19 to run just perfectly, and we're going to run 9 more. I think that should theoretically help out a bit. If worse comes to worse, if we're seeing like a hold up because of like creosote, and creosote is just not moving fast enough out of these, then what we'll do is we'll have a void barrel underneath with charcoal, and it will basically just hold the stack of charcoal until it needs to go in here. It's probably the best way to do that, because it will just straight up remove any bottlenecks. But I don't want to void the creosote itself. I think the creosote we definitely just need to hold on to for now. But it all should theoretically move. It'll just take a little bit. Now, because of that, that does mean that we have found lead. I found a vein in the Twilight Forest. I believe I can show that here. Is there a way to change dimension? I don't really use this much. Options. Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's okay though. But yeah, we found basically everything that we need. We did get some magic stuff going as well, so that quest line has been started, which is kind of nice. We still need to wait to MV before we really do much, because we need aluminum, and we don't really have access to it just yet. So we'll wait a bit before we go to that. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap up today's episode. I think this is a pretty substantial milestone of a lot of power. I think I just never fix this. Oh, no, I need to. There we go. Yeah, look at that. That's full now. And both of these are full. I don't care that they're running through all the fuel. Like, that's what the farm is there for. So we quite literally don't need to worry about steam. The only thing I am going to work on is getting a larger pipe going to this, so we can up the capacity a little bit more, because it's literally just related to pipes now. All the way up to, I think, past MV we can get to. I think we can get up to HV with this setup. So once we get up to HV, we're going to transition this into a benzene setup. And the nice thing is that we can just build on the side or in the back if we want to get benzene online. So we have a bit of flexibility with this base, which is kind of nice. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. And yeah, make sure you subscribe and like. All right, see you guys.